holographic shroud. The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for the area. Restricted areas are off limit to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Yeah, and then if people notice that you're not you, it auto-activates, by the way. They'll walk up to you to question you and you have to persuade them. Welcome, Captain. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. Hawthorne's unread messages. From U Bedford. From Udam Wingman's Wingman Bedford to Alex Wingman Hawthorne. Subject, thank you. I forgot to mention in my previous message. Silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favourite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. Hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to certain someone are entirely intentional. Udom. Okay, log entry 1, titled Shrink Ray. Note to self. Remember this later. No better. Ada, remind me weekly to check the log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality, with my own 2 eyes, a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the grey hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I'd asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumours of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge. But I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fella wonder if there's more to the rumours, more to be had. Log entry 2, hammer power. Last time I got sloshed, I mean I was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udon was really free with the drinks, he seems like an okay fella. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardets yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. I remember this hammer. Like, none of us have heard that before, but here's the good part. The Mardet said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something. So I remember this hammer, it's good. And black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show, I did apologise for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I'll have been tracking down additional rumours pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. So there's a couple of sciencey weapons. Science weapons are fun and weird. Yeah, that's about it. But we're in space now. Here it is. Here's the robot. There's no response from the auto-mechanical unit. A serial number etched in his chassis includes the letters Sam. So here's our next companion. We have to repair him, though. These are all the rooms that our squad mates have on the Unreliable. Again, I'm talking like I know this. I don't. The Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. The scribblings on these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked on the spines. And he's also got some ammo for us. Grandma's got a present for you! Index of Banned Literature. Part 1, Various Qualifying Considerations. Part 2, Principal Rules of Restrictive Management. Part 3, Morals and Maxims of Banning Unethical Literature. Part 4, Proof of the Grand Architect and Predestination. A refutation of the titles listed here within. Part 5, Consequences of the Mind and the Will of Man when led astray. Part 6, Official List of Banned Titles. Part 7, Prerequisites for advancing the investigation, outing and penalising of offenders. And OSI Anointment Vial. Smells suspiciously like iceberg-aged whiskey. We have beds now.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Let's talk about this personal quest of yours.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
That's the plan. Right. I'm also looking for Parvati, but I don't know where she is. Is she here? Oh, this might be... Yeah, this is Parvati's... This is Parvati's room, I think. Banged up toolbox, full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. She's a Genki girl. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a sawtooth blade. Abigail, first wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Parvati. The modern steel wrench and you. This book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins. I did... Sorry about killing your homeworld. She's got some ammo for us. Thank you, Parvati. I don't actually know where she is. Oh. Photo of Parvati's father, a stern older man with warm eyes. There's no response from the automated unit. Yeah, we have to ask Ada, and then I think there's a moderate quest line to how to do stuff. Ah, it was the toilet all along. Now we know. By the way, there are some flaws I wouldn't mind actually having. But it's the stupid ones like, you're scared of heights. Like, if we get, you're scared of a specific enemy type, I'll take that. That could be fun.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am.
Cool.
Cozy-like, ain't it?
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape, considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Apparently Ada's the one who actually flies the ship.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or at least that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
What do you think, Parvati? Is this safe to fly now that we got the regulator?
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career.
I did that in the
When
vault.
I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
But you actually are good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
You didn't like your classes?
Oh, there were a whole lot of reading, not nearly enough doing.
Ah, damn, she's the same as me.
Before they'd issue you a wrench,
I'm a
they
tactile
wanted an
learner.
essay on the design of different wrenches.
Yep.
Then there'd be quizzes on company regulations for storage and maintenance of wrenches.
I'm a tactile learner. I can't do tests and shit. I panic and my brain freezes. It took me like 7 attempts to get my GCSE maths. And it was all down to one paper. You can't have a GCSE in maths without passing all the papers. And I couldn't pass algebra because letters aren't numbers. Wow. So, after school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work, so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects, or
God, it's hot.
listen to my fretting.
Sorry, Pavati.
Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Break time's over. So the other option there is to kick him off the crew. Let's go and ask Ada about the toaster in the thing.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Tell me a joke.
2 atoms were strolling through Roseway when one of them exclaimed, "I think I lost an electron." "Really?" the other asked. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm absolutely positive."
Ada, play my favourite song.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
That's not my favourite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
That's enough for now.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Bit sassy, this one. I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Phineas's orbital lab.
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
What do you know about Phineas?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
Make it so, Ada.
I shall happily comply with your order, just as soon as we have a laser weapons system.
Why'd you say the landing might be rough?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
Want to ask about something else?
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Monarch.
Where in Monarch?
Stella Bay.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port in Fallbrook.
Why is Monarch being blockaded?
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Smuggler's Port?
It's Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Okay.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Terra 2.
Where in Terra 2?
Emerald Vale and Edgewater.
Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
What do you think of the townspeople?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or a devastating plague.
How is it doing since we left it?
Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down, leading to a total collapse of Edgewater's population. Thank you, Captain.
Let's talk about something
How
else.
can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Groundbreaker.
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
Well, give me the spiel on the Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with station representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Okay.
May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Thank you, Ada. I'm getting tired. So, where was the... Search the terminal that we just looked
Make
at.
yourself at home, Captain.
Search term Sam. First Sam result. Do not forget, you found a discarded sanitation and maintenance automechanical in Emerald Vale scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say a clean, mean killing machine. Should be fun. Second Sam result. Removal of factory standard parts Suds Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat-modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated now to be a solid 3 months. Not that I have more pressing matters to attend to, but I do. Third Sam result. I'm giving up hope on the delivery. The part is lost in transit, and it's not turning up anytime soon. But, good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker, who overcharged me for the information regarding the location of an acid steeper I can filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following the next pit stop back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details to come later. Where's Roseway? Anyway, we leveled up. Why... I'm tired. Oh, for fuck's sake. So. There's lots I want to do. I've got 10 points. I put 3 into Persuade. That seems right. I have a perk available. Plus 50% XP from companion kills, I guess. Where's Roseway? Alright, Vicar Max. He's got a telescopic staff. And a sawn-off shotgun. You can have that. And a plasma rifle. Our hack goes up when Max is here. I'm just going to sleep for an hour. Or 8 hours. Apparently I was very tired. So I should be a bit thirsty and a bit hungry now. I'm going to eat an apple, eat another apple, and drink some water. Right. I'm going to put all of those apples in there as well. All of that water in there as well. But I'll keep the frozen dinner. So. Okay. Let us transition. So we have Phineas's lab, we can't go there. We have Typhon, we can't go there. Hephaestus, we can't go there. Scylla. We can go there. Can we? We can go to Scylla. We can go to Monarch. I wouldn't recommend it. And we can go to Phineas. What's my... Yeah, that's telling me how it works. What's my actual quest? Go to the Groundbreaker. Should we go and see Phineas? There you go, there's your wonderful...
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
It's totally top secret. And here's our squad, so you can see we'll have 6. We've got Pavati and Vicar Max now. Phineas improved science lab. No, rocks, never touch this. Question mark.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud.
So there's the Groundbreaker. Groundbreaker, the Unreliable. Getting my ship names mixed up. So he's over there, so let's have a looky-loo over here, see if there's anything to pick up. There is, but I'm not good enough at... God damn, I just leveled up as well. Why am I so bad at lockpicking? I'm -5. Really? I'm -5 because of my armor.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
He's going to prevent me from shooting him in the head.
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
So this is the ass clown that woke us up. There is a welcome mat. Oh, he has some cysty pigs. Communications terminal, Phineas V. Wells. Accessing message. We'll hack it. 2. H. Blythe. Sending no response. Cause undetermined. Original message. I worked it out. Explain details later. Will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present in Halcyon, but locations elude me. Dumped a new associate Dirtside Terra 2 near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust in them is only about 23.7% at present. They're recovering a ship. Should be along any time. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this. Eager to be done. Oh, you don't want me finding that out, do you? Look at you being all quirky. Can you do? You can't do anything with the meat. Reminder, mop up melted pig. This is cysty pigs. We can't get in to see him. I can calculate the movement of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of men. Experimental notes. Flash frozen organic material reverts back to its original cell structure when treated with tincture of dimethyl sulfoxide. Rate of explosive cell deaths a very respectable 6%. Bad news, difficult to acquire. Limited quantities of compound, likely produced by Anti-Cleo, recently discounted due to severe adverse reactions. Must find more. Artifact stasis successfully induced in cyst pig. Artificial stasis successfully induced in cysty pig specimen. Revivification process completed. Cysty pig tissue returned to living state. Brain tissue suffered from rapid nucleation. Attempting treatment. Treatment progressing. Treatment failed. Brain tissue irreparably damaged by rapid onset necrosis. Explosive cell death. And, 9 hours later, finished clearing liquefied remains of cysty pig from laboratory floor walls equipment. Logs. Experiment. Next one. 2:16 AM. Fresh out of Auntie Cleo's. Experimenting with Spacer's Choice. Partially emulsified creamer substitute. 2:18. Finished brewing. Added 2 ounces Spacer's Choice. 2:20. Atrocious. Felt part of self die on the inside. Reminder, add Spacer's Choice to the list. Note to self 2, buy more mouthwash. Cysty pig. Having spared one of my stock of experimental cysty pigs to be used as a renewable source of nourishment, I've named the lucky pig Bubbles. Giving an animal a name establishes rapport and creates a positive emotional bond. Allegedly improves flavour of tumours. Must look into that. Excellent creature, cysty pigs. Don't know how people used to survive without these genetic wonders of porcine succulence. Slaughtering a pig for meat instead of harvesting tumours that ripen naturally, falling off the flesh like mock apples off a tree, seems the height of barbarity. Truly a miracle of modern science. We need to hack his personnel files. Have procured the services of one Captain Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. Hope he didn't name his ship after the quality of his services. I'll be sending my new accomplice down to Hawthorne via escape pod as soon as the revival process is complete. Hawthorne should make for an agreeable companion, or at least an acceptable chaperone, law willing. He isn't a total buffoon. Dehibernation experimentation notes. Raising core temperature another 5°C over 1 hour. Microscopic assessment shows no sign of sudden traumatic mass cell wall collapse. Encouraging. Reminder, still need to mop up pig. Need to get a view into the cranium, see what's going on with neurons. Oops, hand slip. Likely effects? Nothing important. May have numbness in the left heel. Who even needs that? Looking at sample. Evidence of hyperactive production of dopamine and non-repethifrine. Curious. No evidence of entropic effects on neurons. However, very excited. Now, if only I can keep them from exploding. This is actually proper cryogenic science as well, which is interesting. Oops, forgot I had probe in brain. Jostled with elbow. Subject may suffer numbness in right earlobe. Acceptable. Feel ridiculous telling mostly frozen slab of meat. You're doing fine, Ty. Practicing bedside manner important. AIDS recovery. Curious about neurochemical production. Side effect of prolonged hibernation. Subject may experience tachyphysica. Exaggerated fight or flight response. Check brainwave. Found sharp uptick in perceptive cognitive processing when I jostled the probe. Fascinating. Equivalent to speed of common fly's brain. Could be useful in stressful situations. Subjective time dilation. See world moving in slow motion. Would everyone from Hope have this sort of brain damage, or is it peculiar to Ty? Can't wait to awaken more from Hope. Study in detail. Is it really right to call this effect brain damage? Seems like enhancement to me. Who wouldn't want on-call hyperfast cognitive response? Am I envious? To expand the span of a breath to an eternity, to be able just for a moment to perceive the world in all its infinite detail? Core temp up, still stable, no sign of cell wall decay, neurological necrosis, beginning next 5C over 1 hour cycle. Yes, I do believe I envy you, Ty.
Ah, your old hibernation mask. Had to remove it, you know, in case you were prone to vomiting.
Hibernation chamber. You spent over 4 decades in space with nothing but the technology of this little chamber keeping you alive. The rest of your fellow colonists are still trapped in similar chambers, waiting for you to restore them.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%.
Why won't you come out from behind your window, friend?